Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our video. If you haven't watched the part 1, the part 1 is right there. Just click this link, just click it. You're going to see part 1. It was dropped on Wednesday. That's the last video you are going to see, so ensure you go back to start with part 1. We started on a very conversational topic or conversational video, or should I say controversial video? Was it controversial? I don't know, but it was very important that I had this conversation with you guys to just talk about the video and then, you know, ways we could avoid situations like that, especially as teachers. The work we are doing is not easy. You will suffer, do assessment, mark notes, teach, and then your student is now insulting you and beating you up. And by the way, the teacher, I learned from the comments that the teacher ended up with a broken leg. Can you imagine that? And then you have some parents that will still support the bad attitude of their children and then come to school and slap a teacher. Can you imagine? Or they'll start threatening, I'll remove my child, remove your child. But all right, we started a conversation on how we can avoid situations like this, and I shared in the last video some pointers on ways that teachers could avoid the situation. So I remember I said I'm trying to keep my videos as short as possible, so I'm going to continue the part 2 right now, and I'm going to finish up with the points that I have already. Remember, I said I have a script, so please pardon me. I didn't want to have everything just all up in my head and then reading off script, right? So I have my script and I'm going to read from my script. You're going to be seeing me looking down sometimes, so please manage my behavior, my new behavior, because I'm going to be doing more of this and having my script. All right, so the next point that I had after all of those ones, I think this is number 6, is do not be afraid to walk out. What do I mean? Do not be afraid to leave the school. Not because you're ashamed. If you see that the school didn't got you, all right? If you see that the school doesn't have your back, if you see that the school is not supportive of you, giving you what you need to recover, giving you what you need to ensure that that doesn't happen again, then it's okay to walk out. Yes. Do not be afraid to walk out. That is a toxic environment, a place where they don't support you, they are not ready to protect you, a place you are not sure of your security. Then it's okay to walk out and then get another job, all right, in another school if you still want to work in a school. So it's okay. You might want to take some time off. Now, if your school is not even offering you that option to take some time off, then you might want to walk out and walk away. Yes, you might want to do that. So ensure that you take some time off, recover, heal, if by chance you got into that kind of situation. All right, ensure you take time off. But if you see that your school doesn't support you, doesn't protect you, doesn't care for you, like even before a situation like that happens, you can tell, maybe from experiences from other teachers or staff, or you can see that there are no policies, there are no laws, there's nothing. You know, you might want to rethink your stay in that kind of environment. Number 7, or the next point, remember, evidence is key. We could see the evidence from other students taking videos, right? So, but you want to have your own evidence. Take pictures. Oh, look at the scratch from my body. Oh, look at the student already walking towards me. Or take a video. It might not have even escalated to that level. Just the fact that you are recording, you're taking a video, you have your evidence that the student was coming at you, the student was being rude, or you are told teachers, other teachers, you stepped out, excuse me, you call the principal, the admin, or whoever to take note of what is happening in your classroom. All right, evidence is key. Also, it is very important to school other students. So I'm just looking at the fact that the incident has happened already. The incident has happened already. And so other students, we heard them chuckling in the background, laughing and all of those things. it is very important that the school schools them that it is wrong and that should never happen, and to ensure that it doesn't repeat itself again. And if you see that students are still going around circulating the video, doing all of those things, ensure that they are disciplined properly, or those who are in the wrong are disciplined properly, right? Discipline is not just punishment. Discipline is also discipling them, telling them the right things to do. And if you see that they don't want to be corrected, then you can then go ahead to follow your school rules. All right. And finally, my last point. Okay, this is the final point. And so if you have other points, let me know, right? If you have other points, let me know about it. My final point is that the child is also important. I know some teachers will be like, no, whose business is that? I'm like, yeah. It is also very important to take note of the character of the child. That behavior is not normal, right? So that means there's something wrong, either with the child is hurting, maybe from parents, or something is happening, and it is important that the school takes charge of that child. Yes, it is very important that the child receives help if the parents consent to it. There are some parents that are already tired. They're like, I've tried everything, I don't know what to do anymore. So it is very important that the school intervenes as well. It's a community. If you see that the child is experiencing some things, you ask questions, send them to a counselor and let them receive help where necessary. But if you see that the parents are not willing to receive help, or the child willing to receive help with the support of the parents, you can let the child go. I said what I said. If it's in your policy, if it's in your rules, yes. Because that kind of behavior will be detrimental to other children. So remember, you're not just suspending the child. Yes, suspending is part of it. You say, oh, go home Monday. But what are you going to do about it to ensure that the child is mentally okay, physically okay, intellectually okay, all the okays? Before you now say, oh, we've tried everything, nothing is working, the child is still harmful to other teachers and other students. All right. So the schools work, in as much as we are not there to, we are not the parents of children, but we are school parents of the children. We are there to care for them, nurture them, because whatever you instill in them now is going to follow them for a very long time. So I hope you've been able to take a tip or two from all that we learned today, all that I said today. I want to hear from you. What do you think? Put it in the comments. Let me hear from you. What tips would you give to that teacher? What tips will you give to the student? What tips will you give to the school? How would you be sure that that doesn't happen again? I am very curious to know about that. I remain Adora Eguma. If you have not subscribed, please do that right now and click the subscribe button. Ensure that you also click the bell button to be sure to know when I go live or when I post a new video. I will see you next week, Wednesday, with another interesting topic. I love you. Stay blessed.